Hi guys, I'm super excited about this video. I'm going to be doing a demo and a review of a homegrown product, and the product is this little guy right here. It is the plush sponge from Revered Artistry. The people who created this product wanted something that worked as well, if not better, than a beauty blender but costs a lot less. This little guy right here is only Sing $9.90. that's about US $12.90. So in comparison, the beauty blender is around Sing $32 in Singapore. So ever since I started using such sponges to apply foundation and my face products on my face, I never really looked back to doing brushes, and I'm a huge fan of the beauty blender. So I'm super excited to try this low cost and Singaporean option out. This is how the sponge comes in packaged in this little cute container right here. What you could do after you're done with the sponge is just kind of prop it onto the container to just dry it out and flip it over to dry out the back side of it. The shape of it is quite unique. It's sort of like a hybrid between the Real Techniques sponge as well as the beauty blender. So in comparison, the beauty blender is slightly smaller than the Revered Artistry Plush sponge. As compared to the teardrop shape that you see here, it has a little slant right here, and that's to kind of help you pat the stuff underneath your eyes and around your nose area. The way to use this is exactly the same as the other beauty sponges. You kind of have to put it into water, dry it out, and then you can use it to apply foundation. You can also use this to bake your face. It's latex free, meaning that when you put water in it, it will expand and it will try to absorb that water to give you that boing boing feeling on your face. It comes in two colors that I've seen on the site. It has a mint color, which is this one, which is their classic bestseller. They also have this in red. They also have two other sizes, like a mini version. They also have a larger, more firmer size if that's what you prefer. So I've plumped up this guy, and it's so super soft and so squishy. It's so cute. I've also done the same to my beauty blender, and this one's just a lot more bouncier. It feels a lot more boing boing. And when plumped up, the plush sponge is slightly bigger than the beauty blender. So just to give you a comparison between a non-wet beauty blender, you can see that it has increased maybe 2/3 its size because originally the sizes were kind of similar. So I'm gonna have this part of my face handle more liquidy products, so liquid concealer and foundation. This part of my face, I'm going to do more solid stick type of products. So we're going to start off with this side with more liquidy type of products. I'm going to be using this for concealer. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And on this side, I'm going to be putting on my MAC Studio Finish Concealer, which is more of like a cream type of product. Okay, so time to blend. I'm gonna use the part that's a little bit slanted to really get in there. Definitely feels very wet, but it bounces on the skin really nicely. So I think the wetness of this sponge makes it a little bit refreshing to apply your makeup. The makeup itself kind of blended out really fast across your skin. It didn't absorb that much product. It just felt very gentle in terms of how it applied that concealer onto my skin. And you can see that both sides of concealers, I didn't have any problems with it. Okay, we're gonna go on to foundation. I'm also using the Maybelline Fit Me range here. I'm going to use the slanted part more around my eyes, and then I'm going to use the bouncy part like on this side of my cheeks. It is so... I can't get over how soft this is. It feels like you're being almost massaged on your face. I'm actually done now, but I just feel like petting my face. Okay, so this part is done. Very seamless, very smooth. It just felt very pampering to pat your skin with this, and it's slightly bigger, so you can kind of cover a bigger surface area much more easily. So next we're going to try to spread some stick foundation. I'm using this Fenty Beauty stick in caramel. This might be the tricky part because usually it's more challenging to kind of use sponges for such foundation sticks, but let's see. You see how nicely it's blending? Yep, no problem at all. And that I didn't even really need to be honest, I didn't really need to turn it this way to do like the larger parts, because the flat surface kind of did an okay job for me, and you can see that it's all nicely blended out. So that's the face. I interrupt this program to do a little bit of cookery. I'm gonna bake. So I'm gonna bake my face with this Tarte Smooth Operator finishing powder. So baking is really useful if you have oily skin like mine, so the powder would actually kind of help to absorb all the excess oil before you put your final powder. And also if you are going to put your eyeshadow after your foundation like I'm doing today, it would help to catch all the fallouts from your shadows. So I'm gonna use this sponge to pick up the product itself, and I'm just gonna place it right there. Picks up the product very well. You can see that the underside of my face has already turned quite matte. Okay, well that's baking. I'm gonna work on my eyes. I'm done with the eyes, and you can see like there's little pockets of oil that has collected on my face. Very gorgeous. This is the finished look. This is where I had the liquid based products, and this is where I had the more cream stick type of products. In terms of applying concealer and foundation, I'm actually quite happy with it. There's not much difference between using this and other sponges that I've tried. The only difference is that it's a lot wetter. It feels a lot wetter. It almost feels like your skin's getting hydrated from this particular sponge. You just feel a lot more awake as well because of the wetness of the sponge. I'm quite impressed that it was able to apply both the cream based products as well as the more liquid, because usually with the cream stick type of foundations and concealer you sometimes need a brush to blend that out, but I didn't have any problems with this. So you know, you can kind of just use this for all types of makeup that you have. I didn't exactly use this all around. I mostly focused on this part here where it had the flat surface, and you can use this round bottom to kind of just spread the more larger surface areas of your face, but generally I just use this and it works pretty well. Very fast application, very smooth. You can kind of see that there's no streaks or whatever. The next time that I use this, I'll probably just try to squeeze a lot more water out of it. I think just now I squeezed too little, just to make it a little bit less wet. In terms of using this to put on the setting powder or the baking powder, I was really happy with that, because even though it was wet, it was able to pick up the powder very easily. When I placed it on my face, the powder didn't turn into like a yucky mess. It still remained as powder form, and it applied really well on all the T-zones of my face. So you don't have to toggle between different products to apply your foundation and also your setting powder. You can just kind of stick to one little product. This is how much product it picked up after one face application. I wouldn't say it's anything out of the norm. It's good that it didn't absorb too much, because there are sponges which like literally absorb everything on your face and it kind of just slides on. So you can actually feel it like spreading and blending the product onto your skin, rather than just like spreading the product without any kind of blending action. What's good is that it's almost a third or more than a third of the price of the Beauty Blender. They do ship internationally, and I think within Singapore itself, if you order more than $40, they do free shipping, so you can collate orders within your friends and just kind of get it for all of you. I also have a 10% off coupon code which I will put somewhere here, and it's only valid for 1 week, so make sure you guys hop onto the store to get it. So I hope you enjoyed this demo slash review of the Revered Artistry Plush sponge. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!